Alright guys, on the bench we have an Emperor TS-5010. So this would be this was marketed to compete against the President Lincoln or the HR 2510, the Radio Shack, the HTX, some of the HTX series radios. Yeah, this would have been the direct competitor to those. So yeah, actually I have a link in here. Both these radios belong to the same customer, a local person, Steve. He had sent these in to get recapped and aligned. We're going to get into this radio. It actually does suffer the same glue issues as the Lincoln and the 2510. It does have that glue in it in certain spots. I think not as much as you'd find in the Lincoln, but it's still there. So that's something we have to address. The backlight, I don't know if I stated that before, but the backlight looks like it just needs a couple of bulbs changed out. But other than that, let's get into the radio. We'll get it working again at the end of the day. You know, with the recap and alignment, it's going to be a good radio. So, all right, let's get into this, and you guys will actually see the layout, how similar it is to a Lincoln. All right, stand by. All right, so we have the Lincoln and the Emperor here side by side. We can actually see the similarities right away. Yeah, you can see that. I think it's safe to say that Emperor really kind of just copied what Uniden did here. Let's look at the other side as well. Just the way it's laid out, you can see the similarities. Yeah, so this one here is it's a Techstar board. You can see the battery here for the memory. So yeah, you can see the glue I'm talking about back here. There's some glue there. On the top side here, I don't think that there is any glue on this side, but when you look at the Uniden chassis here, you can see that the glue on this one's already starting to corrode those components. But yeah, so this one's been it's been converted already. You can see those resistors right there that have been clipped, and that gives you the CB bands, the 11-meter bands. And then you'll find that the glue right in the corner, there's glue down in there. You can see that it's poured. The glue just dripped down and poured the backside on the backside of that. Yeah, you can see all these different areas where the glue is starting to corrode those components. So yeah, these radios, both these radios are not easy to recap at all. You know, you got to take a lot of this apart to recap the radio. There's lots of caps. So yeah, they're both these radios are not they're not easy. I wouldn't say impossible, but definitely more on the difficult side to recap. But yeah, let me see if not, I got different lighting here. I don't know if you guys can see the waviness, kind of like the ripples on that display there. So it's like a coating. Best way I can describe it is like a paint, and that's what actually gives that orange glow, because if not, you'll see right through that you know, that screen. So it kind of acts like a backdrop, if you will, so you can actually see the LCD. So yeah, it's a major undertaking if you ever come across one of these where it's starting to peel. You have to take this whole thing apart and you know, get in there where these bezels are and take the whole front of this off. I've done it already to a 3010. Yeah, there's I haven't worked on a ton of these, but all the Emperor radios I've ever worked on, back screen there is usually starting to peel, or it's got some chunks missing out of it. Yeah, it's a common thing with these Emperor radios that I've seen. But anyway, we'll get the radio working as it should. We'll get it recapped, aligned. By the next time, the next video clip I do, this thing will be ready to go. So, yeah, one of the, if you're going to compare silver lining, I guess, this one here has a normal jacks in the back, whereas this Molex connector here just kind of, you know, I don't know what they were thinking with that. So, yeah, that's definitely a benefit, something that Emperor did that I actually like better than the than what President, well, Uniden or whatever did with the Lincoln. So, all right, let me get this recapped, aligned. I'll get the backlight working. I think it's just a couple of bulbs, and then we'll do our normal tests. All right, stand by. So before I put the radio together, I wanted to show you guys exactly how involved it is to recap one of these, at least fully recap the radio. So yeah, you got to take this. First, you got to take the front off, this whole thing, and then you got to take this whole display board out, so that way you can get at the back side to get those capacitors out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then obviously with this here too, I haven't done this yet, but I have to take the board off of that bracket and do that as well. But yeah, this is as well as the Lincolns and the HR and the HTX series radios. They're all kind of a pain in the butt to work on, to recap anyway. So yeah, that's what it takes to do these properly, though. It's got to be done. All right, radio's recapped and aligned. Got the display fixed, so now it's a nice even glow. Yeah, orange. What I had to do was, before, they just had the bulbs just kind of hanging in there. I doubt that's how Emperor had it, but what I ended up doing was I got a couple of grommets and glued the grommets in place along with the bulbs. So yeah, got a nice even glow now. And we have yeah, fully recapped. It's aligned. Alignment was pretty easy to do. And I'm actually going to take back what I had said previously on the build quality on these. I'm actually pretty impressed. So when I went back to my records on radios that I've repaired, I've only done one of these, but I've done 2 of the TS-30s and TS-5010. And when I went back and saw what I did, you know, it was pretty shoddy work from Emperor itself. But this radio here, this 5010 is quite different. This board here is double-sided, very good quality board actually. Let me flip this over. Yeah, so what I did was, there wasn't much room on, let me get a little pointer here. There wasn't much room clearance between the case and the top of these capacitors, so the original cap that was in there was a 1000 microfarad and that was a 10 volt cap there. So in order for me to increase that, I had to lay this one down sideways, which is not an issue. I just glued the end in place. And I also insulated the legs, so we're fine there. But yeah, I deglued, removed the glue. What's the remainder of the glue. It doesn't look like a lot, but that's enough to, if you leave that in there, it's enough to disable this radio completely. So yeah, But with that being said, let me get back to the build quality here. I was actually pretty impressed with the traces. I thought I was going to find a bunch of I don't know, like popped up traces. You know, I find those a lot on the Ranger, on the RCI stuff, but not in this case. The traces were all nice. They weren't, there was no dry solder joints anywhere. Yeah, so I'm actually pretty impressed. I'm gonna have to take back what I originally said. So anyway, yeah, we have a good working radio now. Whoever aligned this before cranked up everything, so AM modulation was cranked up all the way, so it looked horrible on the oscilloscope. And it was the carrier, high power carrier, it was all the way up to like 20 watts, pretty close to it. So I turned everything back down to stock settings, and it's plenty. So now the radio is modulating as it should. We can go over all that stuff. Yeah, when I had turned it on and saw that carrier was high, I mean ridiculously high. There's no reason to have it that high. You know, when I went to go key up and I touched the heat sink back here, and let me tell you, it got super hot. And these finals are already kind of sensitive. So I just brought it back down to to what the service manual had said, to a 10 watt carrier. And SSB, you can actually adjust sideband power. I forget where it is, which one, but that's squelch. CW power, yeah, that one. This one right here is that is just sidebands. PEP, they have it labeled here, sideband PEP. That was just way too much as well. Manual said to set it to 24.5 watts max, so that's what it's at right now. It's like right around 25 watts. So yeah, I got all the caps on this display board. As well as double-sided as well. So if you guys are going to be doing recapping any of your Emperor radios, just take note and be more cautious of that. Yeah, that and this one here, of course. It's a double-sided board. So yeah, take your time if you are going to recap this, or if you're doing any repairs. You know, definitely take your time. If you're using a desoldering gun, it might take you a couple of attempts to fully suck out the solder. So what you might have to do is just put in some new solder with the soldering iron, and then try to suck that out with some of the new solder. That kind of helps with that situation. But so going to the caps. Oh yeah, I also. When I removed the glue, I had to replace a couple of the jumpers. That's one of them. The other ones went flying off somewhere, but that's, yeah, one of them. So when I looked up these caps, so you have a Euro cap here. These were all like second tier caps is what they would be classified as. This TWD cap here is actually now owned by Kyocera. Yeah, and then the Euro cap, and then there was a couple of other ones, like this one here. I tried looking it up, NCK. I couldn't find who or what that is. And then there was, yeah, I'd consider these second tier caps. That's an Elgin. Yeah, Euro, and then there was this one here, which, what is this, EIC, yeah, that ended up being some company from Thailand. So, hopefully the radio will benefit from having better caps, you know, tier 1 caps. Try to keep it, you know, a little bit stable too on transmit and just overall in general. So, all right, let me see how this is. We can actually see how this is on transmit and receive, and we'll do our normal tests. So, all right, stand by. Let me get this hooked up to the dummy load, and yeah, we'll check out TX first. All right, got our RF power probably right around the 2 o'clock position, right around 4 watts. Okay. So now we'll go full. Should be right around 10. Alrighty. So let's go back down to 4 watts, more or less. See what we got for AM power. Need a little bit more. Alright, right there. Audio. Audio, audio, audio. Audio, audio. Right around 11. Let's go full. Audio, audio, audio. Audio, audio, audio. About 25. Alright. Let's go to lower sideband. Audio, 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 audio. Right around 25. Yeah, so that's the factory spec. So yeah, I mean, if I'm making, that's full scale, obviously. All right. So now, yeah, channel 20, 27.2051. We're within spec there. So yeah, right on frequency. Let me get this on the hold on, let me get this stabilized. All right. Yeah, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, without the waveform before, I mean, it was just boxcars, pinched off, clipped. So now we got a good, this is going to be a good sounding radio, no doubt about it. Way better than it was before. I'm sure somebody cranked up the modulation on it to kind of give it that little bit more oomph that the radio kind of lacks. But I think this is the, it's going to sound good still. The way it's set up now with the power set to normal, modulation set to, you know, 100%, not over modulated. We're going to have a good sounding radio. No doubt about it. So, all right, let me get this on the signal generator, and then we can see what it's doing for sensitivity. All right, stand by. All right, got an S9 going to her. We're on channel 20. All right. Right on. Let me get this plugged in. Sorry guys, I should have had this plugged in already. Minus 80, minus 90, minus 100, minus 110. about that. All right, so we got minus 111. Spot on. It's a good listening radio. So that's what we got for sensitivity. So that's a yeah. I mean, overall we have a good radio here. So let's see how it sounds on the other end, and we can put her on air and see what's going on out there too. All right, stand by. All right, channel 20. Let's see how it sounds.
Audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing out this Emperor TS-5010. I think it's sounding really good, actually. Audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we might have the critic's beat on this one. I think it's a good modulating radio. Yeah, no doubt about it. Alright, well, let's put her on air and see if we can get a radio check and, yeah, see what's going on out there. Alright, stand by.
Alright, let's see what's going on out there. What's crazy is there's only one alpha channel, and that's 11A. I don't understand why they didn't either not include 11A or include all the other alpha channels, but for some reason, just 11A is available. Lower side down.
California. 720. Calling Dr. Bombay. Lord. Call it 399 Texas. Get a copy of 757. That's Roger, 757, Minnesota. Model SSB-06. It was Canadian made. I just happened to see it online and I needed a radio real quick. It was real cheap, and here you go. Okay, I haven't heard the electrolytic TV for me.
Yeah, it's a Canadian only. Well, that's where it was made. JIL. Yeah, European skip earlier now.
Roger, Victor. Yeah, loud and clear, man. Got you 5x9 all day long. Good signal out of, I guess, England. I'm pointing that way. Hopefully I got it right. But, you know, beautiful signal out of England. No problem at all. Like I said, 5x9 here in the state of Florida. Hey, roger that. Yeah, we're in Clearwater. We're on the, I guess you can call it the west coast of Florida. About mid-state, I would say. Where the hurricanes come in and smack the heck out of us. But all in all, man, it's been nice here. Yeah, man, conditions here, I'm working a Icon 7300 into a two-element chemical quad at about, I would say 50 feet. And, you know, like I said, I'm pointing right at you. But, yeah, man, sounding good here, bud. Triple 3 down in Oklahoma City.
320 Boston, Mass. Waving the hands. 320 Boston, Mass. Break.
Was covering the 1440 down in Oklahoma City looking for a long distance radio check. 45 from Orlando, Florida, stand by.
.320 Boston, Massachusetts. Waving the hands. 320 Boston, Mass. Waving.
320 Boston, Mass. Making a good trip to Arkansas. Romeo Golf 104. Check, Victor 73.
Roger that, RG 104. You're making your way up here nice and clear as well. I just repaired this Emperor TS-5010 on my workbench here. How's this thing sounding on your end?
Clear, my friend. Well, 320 is sounding good, but conditions are going in and out. In and out, but I've got good audio and good signal on you right now.
I appreciate the comeback. Thanks again, RG 104. You have yourself a good day.
I'm not hearing too many other people as defined as I'm hearing you, so we're good to go.
Alright guys, I'm going to end this here. So this isn't any longer than it needs to be, but there you have it, a Emperor TS-5010. Alright, thanks for watching guys.